Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back once again to the Ora News broadcast. I'm Daniel Cook, your host for the English program, in which we keep you up to date with the latest happenings here in Albania in a language that you understand. In today's news, the German ambassador to Albania participated in the regional conference for the EU integration, which was organized by the foreign minister. Ambassador Hoffman said that the biggest problems that Albania is facing are the issues of asylum seekers and corruption in the justice system. He said that the issue of asylum seekers is a concern, not just in Albania, but also in Kosovo and Macedonia. Ambassador Hoffman said that 3,000 Albanian citizens traveled to Germany during March looking for asylum, and that in April there were about 600 per day. Appealing once again to the Albanian citizens not to leave their country and not to immigrate illegally, the ambassador made it clear that they will not be allowed to stay in Germany, and they will be sent back home to their home country. Mr. Hoffman spoke about the situation in Albania and the reasons that so many citizens are trying to leave their home country. He said that corruption is a concerning issue, especially corruption in the justice system. The fight against corruption must begin with the justice system, he said. The figures of corruption here in Albania are extremely high, and the justice system is full of corrupt judges who accept bribes on a regular basis. This situation does not help this country in any way, said the ambassador. The Interior Minister Saimir Tahiri made strong accusations today against the justice system in Albania. The minister said that courts make their rulings based upon the wealth of the defendant rather than the law. He commented, "I have been following the recent court decisions, and I think that I am not the only one. People have the right to ask why a citizen who repairs his house without permission is convicted of a crime, but state officials who have legalized entire stories of buildings that do not even exist are not punished at all. People have the right to ask why common citizens who stole energy are being punished, while tax officials who stole €6 million are not. In Albania, there are many people who have broken the law and have not been convicted. The justice system makes decisions based upon the wealth of the defendant. The poor are punished and the rich are not," said Tahiri. The minister made this statement at a conference against crime among the youth of Albania. There were numerous debates in the Economic Commission today, one of which had to do with the reduction of the value-added tax in the tourism industry. The Minister of Economy, Ahmetaj, said that within 2 weeks, he will request a reduction of the VAT in tourism from 20% down to 10%. According to him, this will allow Albania to become more competitive in the region. Mr. Ahmetaj said that informality in the tourism sector continues to be a problem. The opposition thinks that reducing the VAT is a bad idea at a time when the revenue is already low. According to the opposition MPs, the International Monetary Fund would not allow the reduction anyway. There were also debates about the national debt level in today's session. The Democratic MP Ridvan Bode said that in just 2 years, the government has increased the debt by $2.2 billion. The head of the Economic Commission brought up the point that corruption among judges is hampering the fight against fiscal evasion. Another topic in the Commission today was the recent operation by the government to enforce quality standards in the fuel market. The head of the Commission said that there will be zero tolerance for businesses that violate the quality standards. He said that those who attempt to avoid this law will face prison time. Mr. Ahmetaj said that the operation is going well and that after several quality audits, 4 people were arrested today for violating the quality standards. Today, the chairman of the Democratic Party presented the candidates for the municipalities of Vora, Kruja, and Shijak. Basha reminded the majority of the promises that they made when they came to power back in 2013. According to Basha, this government has kept none of its promises and has only brought disaster upon the citizens. He said, "They promised 300,000 new jobs. They promised a reduction of the energy price, and they promised that 97% of the Albanians would pay lower taxes. They promised that the farmers would pay a reduced price for fuel. They promised free health care and free legalizations, but none of these things have been done. They abandoned all of their promises. They have brought only disaster and misery upon every household, and imprisonment of innocent people who cannot afford to pay their energy bills. Our biggest mission is to bring a solution and to return hope to the citizens, said Basha. He went on to say that the citizens are getting on board with the new offer of the Democratic Party because they prefer work and dignity. They want a better future for themselves and for their children, said Mr. Basha. According to Basha, the country is going in the wrong direction, and the only ones who are benefiting are the officials and the criminals, and the citizens are being left in poverty and misery. The majority candidate for mayor of Tirana, Erion Veliaj, held a meeting today with a group of traders in the capital city. Veliaj said that the system for collecting taxes is going to be changed. He promised that he will create an employment office and an economic council for the businesses. He pointed out that currently, officials of the city hall accept bribes in exchange for bypassing the collection of taxes. According to him, Tirana needs a full-time mayor and a consultant who works in Holland as well. The socialist candidate also commented on the road conditions in the city. He said that in 2013, the government fund for the city hall was 170 million lek, and that now in 2015, the fund is 540 million lek. But according to him, the city hall has spent no money on fixing up the streets of the capital. The Tirana Open Book Festival has begun in the capital city at the Palace of Congress. 55 publishing houses are participating this year, which is somewhat fewer than the festival in November of last year. The publishing houses say that the price at the book fair are cheaper than they were in November, and that this promotes the sale of new books. Prime Minister Rama was present at the opening ceremony, and he made a brief statement. He said that the festival showed great potential a year ago, and that it has been expanded even further this year. He says that the festival sets a model that is being followed in the EU. So far, attendance at the fair has been somewhat low, perhaps because many people are too affected by the poor economy to go book shopping. As a part of an initiative to protect the environment, a group of young people planted decorative plants in Durrës today for the International Day of Flowers. The initiative was supported by the Minister of Environment, and it hopes to create more green spaces and reduce the pollution levels. Minister Koka said that by working together, we can restore abandoned areas like this hillside in Durrës, which was having problems with erosion. The group of young people gave a message promoting the use of bicycles rather than vehicles in order to protect the environment. Similar activities are expected in the coming days, with the goal of creating more green spaces throughout the country. Ladies and gentlemen, that is all our news for this evening. Thank you for watching. We'll be back again at the same time tomorrow with more translated news in English. Thanks, and have a great night.